This is the 2025 version and 12th generation of the Yonex Power Cushion 65 badminton shoe, more commonly known as the Yonex Power Cushion 65 Z4. This is a new design, not just a color update, so let me tell you more about my experience with this shoe alongside its more budget-friendly cousin, the 65 X4. Also, there's also a new colorway for the super popular ultralight Yonex Aerus Z and X shoes as well, so more on that later in this video. This Power Cushion 65 Z4 badminton shoe is Yonex's 12th generation update of this ever-popular shoe and will be available worldwide come January 2025. Immediately, you will notice the most significant update it has had, and gone are the days of multiple pieces of the shoe upper material being sewn together, and you will now see an entirely seamless design and construction of the upper of the shoe. This seamless design provides a better fit with added flexibility around the forefoot for us players as we do lunge, twist and turn many times on court. This added flexibility reduces stress points as the materials folds and unfold when we move around the court. Also, because this is a one-piece design, there are no lumps and bumps internally in the shoe compared to traditional production methods where each materials are overlapped and sewn together. The only major difference on the upper side of the shoe is the mesh around the ankle area of the newer 65 Z4, having a finer mesh design compared to the previous generation. At launch, this white color will be available in 4 different options: men's, ladies, wide fit and narrow fit. I'm not sure if all regions will carry all 4 options, so do check with your local retailers for more details. Apart from the new upper, Yonex has retained a lot of its previous existing technologies and materials into this 65 Z4, with Power Cushion Plus being embedded into the soles of the shoe. However, the window of the yellow Power Cushion Plus, where it's shown, has been removed in the latest model compared to the previous generation. The Power Graphite light around the foot arch area is also present. The air vent at the bottom of the 65 Z4 has been retained with some slight updates regarding sizing and shape. The radial blade rubber outsoles, which I rate very highly, is again present. The grippy insoles from the previous generation, which Yonex calls the Synchro Fit insoles, are also transferred across to this new version. In terms of weight, there's virtually no change compared to the previous generation, with its 28cm size coming in at 325 grams per side, while the previous generation model, the 65ZC90 variant, coming in at 323 grams, and the standard model around 328 grams. Very little difference there.
And you obviously play badminton if you're watching this, so remember to protect your precious badminton rackets from chips and scratches with the premium racket protection tape with free delivery worldwide on ckydw.com/shop. We also have limited edition player signed prints too.
In terms of wear experience, the 65 Z4 did have a closer, better immediate fit during first wear. It felt like my foot was better wrapped around the shoe, especially on the upper side of my foot. This also means that those with wide or narrow feet will now have to adjust your purchases accordingly to those wide or narrow models accordingly, as I didn't have much space left on the side of my foot from the closer fit. If you're unsure, do try a pair of them in store to verify your fit. Those who are familiar with the 65 model will require no break-in time with the 65 Z4, as it felt very comfortable from the get-go and the feeling sensation was very similar and familiar to the previous generation. However, when you start lunging and moving around the court, you will then feel that slightly added flexibility or pliability from the newly designed upper, and I only noticed it because I was wearing my 65 Z3 pair before swapping onto the Z4. It's a minor improvement in comfort, but with the Z3 being such a good shoe already, it was going to be very hard to make big improvements to this updated model. You'll have no problems in terms of the performance, as the fit, feel and performance from the previous generation is also moved across to this Z4 generation. I personally like the white color scheme, but I guess Yonex will be dropping new colors throughout the year as they normally do. So if you need a new pair of super comfortable badminton shoes, get these, but get the right width. If you're happy with the 65 Z3s, there's no real need to immediately upgrade unless you really want to. Obviously, you can get all your badminton equipment, including your badminton shoes, from Central Sports.
They have been the home of badminton in the UK for more than 40 years. It's a one-stop shop for every badminton player, whether you're just getting started, regular club player, or competing at the highest level. Central Sports will cater to all your badminton needs, and you can get your favorite racket brands with free upgrades, including getting a free custom autograph on your racket, where you can have a flag and custom text on your favorite racket. Central Sports also provides clothing, shoe, and bag customization options for you, so you can personalize all your equipment to your liking. They look good, don't they? You can check out the store in person and online, and remember to always use my discount code of CKYW for additional discounts too. Thank you again to Central Sports.
Let's now take a quick look at the more budget-friendly model, the 65X. The last time I reviewed the 65X model, it was almost 3 years ago when the Z3 and X3 were launched. This time, Yonex have transferred more of the high-end Z model aesthetics across onto the X with a similar white color scheme, with updates compared to the previous generation. Instantly, I noticed the 65X4 now have radial blade outsoles, although they were still dyed for color like the previous generation. I also noticed the quality of the radial blade outsole isn't as good as the higher-end Z4 model. Obviously, compromises will have to be made for a more budget-friendly option shoe, but I think moving to radial blade outsoles is a good step in this instance. In terms of materials and technology inside the shoe, many are transferred across from the previous generation, with the insoles still looking the same, with a smooth finish on the top and the power cushion piece on the heel section as well. The insoles are more basic and not designed like the Synchro Fit insoles like the Z models. Additionally, this X model doesn't have the fully seamless upper design present in the 65Z4, and this retains the more traditional manufacturing method here. However, the 65X4 model is also slightly lighter than the Z4 model, coming in at 316 grams per side for the same size at 28.0 centimeters. The 65X is a decent badminton shoe if budgets are a concern, but in all honesty, the jump in quality, fit and performance to the Z model shoes are worth it if you're able to afford the pricing. After all, we only have one pair of feet. Lastly, we also have some updates for the ultralight Aerus badminton shoes from Yonex, including the 2025 color updates for the Aerus Z2 and the Aerus X2. For the Aerus Z2, this navy colorway will be available from January 2025 onwards and will come in its usual 3 options: men's sizing, ladies sizing and wide feet. To make things interesting, Yonex will be releasing new quarterly color options coming in next May and September. So the Aerus Z2 already features a seamless upper design since its original launch, so besides the color updates, everything from the existing Z2 will be transferred across. Power cushion plus 3D power graphite sheet as well as the insoles. The Aerus Z2 at 28.0 cm size comes in at only 271 grams per side. The Aerus X2 again will be the more budget-friendly option, but it differs slightly to the 65X shoe by having Yonex's more traditional hexagonal shape outsole design. The Aerus X is also heavier than the Z counterpart, coming in at 317 grams per side for the same 28.0 centimeters. However, the fresh white outsole with the dark navy color scheme does look cool. A quick note, the upper of the Aerus Z2 has a bit more texture than the X2. The Aerus X shoe will be a unisex shoe, so there's only going to be one single option in terms of fit. I'm also aware that many of the existing colors for the Aerus Z2 and X2 will be discontinued once these 2 new models are launched. So check with your local dealers if you'd like to stock up on some of your existing favorite colors there. As usual, please put any questions you have in the comment section down below, and I will see you in the next one.